Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. Um, so this is my second video of the day, just a couple hours since the last one that I put out. But I'm not sure when I'll actually post this. Oh, I gotta take the phone out of my pocket. Ooh, I got a message. Sorry, important stuff coming on. Oh, cool. Sorry about that. Long story short, I took a break, got some lunch, played some Long Dark, getting ready to go work outside a little bit, but I thought I'd take a little 30-minute break here, jump into a wormhole and see if I could find some relic sites or data sites, see what I got. I'm in my temporary home base of Malna right now. Um, and if you watched the last video, I had just landed here and there was some people in system, so I just docked up. Now there's nobody in system, so I was able to scan down the two other sites that were here. One of them was a gas site, and then the other one was a wormhole. So I thought I'd jump into that and do a little bit more like gameplay than actually me. Well, I'll always be talking. I'm always trying to adjust my hat and stuff. Um, so yeah, there's a combat site, a gas site, and a wormhole site. Long story short, long term, um, I want to get to a point where I can start taking wormholes to Lowsec space. I've said that a couple times, but that's the ultimate goal. Probably start doing that in about a week. Um, and then also using the wormholes to get to and from different areas to get some blueprints and stuff like that so I can build more PvP ships to go to NPC nullsec and get into more PvP. Uh, Second part being, I want to start building some ships down the road to be able to maybe do some of these combat sites that I'm actually finding along the way here and do some videos with that. Thirdly, I'm going to start seeding. When I say Malna is my temporary home base, I want to make almost maybe all of Iridia or most of Iridia or a large section of it basically where I live and have different NPC stations. Um, the place that I hunker down at maybe a day or two, so that I'm not focused on one small area. And that'll be for the at least through the end of the year that I'll be messing around with that, if not longer than that. Just makes basically make Iridia kind of one of those new areas. So let's say I'm on a Wednesday, or a lot of times on a weekends, there's a lot of PvPers or roamers or things like that. Maybe I want to do something in another part of Iridia. I've got set up over in those areas. So Malna Wall right now is my current small base. Um, I don't plan on this being the full term. It'll be one of those bases that I move out of. That goes directly back to the last video that I made, where I talked about the one guy brought up to me not to bring my blueprint originals out, but bring out copies, and I'm going to expand upon that and make copies and start seeding the stations in the area for myself so I can build whatever I want to, whatever I've got. The only issue would be the minerals and stuff that I would have to use to build those things. But we'll mess around with that later on. So I am in the site. Let's get to doing some stuff. Now nobody's here right now. I am cloaked up. I should have been approaching this um, enter wormhole while I was talking. Um, so, oh, last but not least, while I am closing in on this wormhole, I'm just going to keep an eye on here, make sure nobody comes in system. Um, is that kind of my idea right now? If you notice, I changed the names of the last two videos that I put up, and I basically living in Lowsec, but I put a date configuration on there, and that's the actual date that I actually did the video on. So 2 days ago I made one. It was 11/20/22, and then the one that I did earlier today was 11/22/22. That's real time, not Eve time. Um, the one that I'm doing now, I will probably post up it as 11/22/22.1, or actually point 2, because this will be the second video of the day, even if I don't post it until tomorrow. So just so it's a little bit easier for me to keep track of what I've made, when I did it, but also if you guys want to actually check out older videos, things like that. To be honest, we are in the wormhole. We might want to get ourselves together here. Gonna save this location. Now we're only going to be here for a little while, so we'll save it for 2 days. There we go. That way if I have to cloak up or hide or something like that, I can, but it's not going to sit in my save area. And then we're going to find a planet. We're going to warp to it, and we're going to hide. Warp to within 100. And then, now the nice part with this is back, if you watch my videos like a year ago where I was flying around as an alpha, as an explorer, I was constantly having to set up an in-between save spot while I was in these wormholes, so people couldn't directionally scan me down. They could still combat probe me down. But with the cloak, I don't have to worry as much. Now, I do not have my directional scanner up. That is dumb. Always want to have your directional scanner up. There we go. Especially if you're in a wormhole. That's the only thing you can use to hide stuff. So we got a mobile depot out here, an Eve Scout Rescue, and some control towers. So not a whole lot out here. We got a lot of signatures. So let's see what we can find. I do need to shut off my cloak for a second. I'll get in motion just in case. And let's cloak back up. And where is my probe scanner? I also made my ugly face a little bit smaller over here. I think I've got it taken care of. So you might be able to see a little bit more here of the, let's get this cleaned up a little bit. That way you can see what I'm scanning. I could do it in the box, but I don't really need to. There we go. That's a little bit better. Let's lower that a little bit. There we go. So that might be a little bit better for you. Let's see what we got. Oh, this is a small system. Wow, this is a really small system. All right. Look at all of these. They're all within 8 AU. This is interesting. One other thing I want to do is I'm going to minimize that. And like I did with my PvP, I am going to lower the graphics on this. So maybe this will help me to performance. There we go. So I like it pretty, especially when I'm playing. But I got a junky computer, junky laptop, so maybe this will make things go a little bit faster. Got to remember to do that. Okay, ooh, a lot of stuff here. So one thing I like to do is, see, notice all of these were technically kind of scanned. They're all little dots rather than X's like that one is. So what I can do to kind of cheat a little bit is bump it down to 4, and then if I know that I'm going to scan all of these down, I can go right down the line on them at level 4 and then move to level 0.2. When I say level 4, I mean 0.4 and then 0.2, or 4 AU and then 2 AU. I'm cloaked up, right? Yeah, okay. So we got a wormhole there. Not a big deal for that one. And then we'll go over here. Now this may seem time consuming. So I used to, but whenever I have an opportunity like this, I like to take advantage of it. I'll go straight down the line for all of these that have set up with a unknown site type, but a 25% signal on it. See that one there? Now I'm not going to deep scan that one down any farther. I know its general location now. I'll move over to this one. Analyze. It's kind of fun. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in alphabetical order. And there we go. That way I know which ones I have done. Now that one did pop up a little bit there. So might as well scan that one. Analyze. We're going to see if this works. Even though that wasn't X, I did get a reading on it, so there's that. Next. I don't 100% know if this is working with this large a volume. Normally I do this if there's like 3 in system. This is kind of fun. Analyze. Okay, I'll stop that voice now. There's a gas site. Now I know I don't need to scan that any farther because I am not huffing any gas. Whoop, I want to leave that at 4. What am I doing? Got a decent number of sites here. This is kind of impressive. Okay, that one didn't come up too much. We're going to go ahead and scan this one. The other thing too is my exploration skills are pretty good, and I've got some sisters probes out there which are pretty good. If I was doing an alpha clone with lower skills, I might just want to pinpoint one thing at a time. There we go. Another gas site. Oh, there's a relic site. We're going to go check this one out. The only thing that I will stop doing this with is a relic site. Why? Because I like relic sites. You know, relic sites can be very, very profitable sometimes. Never want to pass one up when you get a chance. Unless you're in, even in Lowsec, I've caught a few that were kind of ridiculous. There it is. So we got a ruined Blood Raider. Of course a Blood Raider. I don't want a Blood Raider run. Let's go check it out. Then I'll go back to my 4.0, descan it. Yep. Let's go ahead and pull in. Still getting used to this new UI here. There we go. So I'm not seeing, I'm focusing a lot more on there. Now, we got, now what I normally like to do is pick out, I really did this a lot as an alpha. I'll pick out one type and work on those first. That way I've already done them. Then I'll move on to the next type. The second one is, and it's been a while since I've done a video on this, I'll use a cargo scanner. Make sure it's worthwhile, especially in wormholes. I'm not going to do any of these that are less than, let's say, 1 million ISK. Okay. So there's that. We're within range on all of these now, so I can go ahead and I'm going to use my cargo scanner. So that is junk. That just saved me a bunch of time there. And I know, unlock target, ruins. Okay, I know the ruins are no good to me. Now, I didn't mean to do that. Unlock. I'm trying to talk too much. Now we'll do the rubble next. See what's there. I have seen some videos where they say, oh, different types are, so we got 1.7 mil, so that rubble is okay. The remains and the rubble and whatever different types are worth different. I've actually found that, ooh, 4 million, nice. The names most of the time don't matter. I have found some very lucrative boxes depending on the names. Now there might be some sort of anomaly that I ran into. 718, I don't need that one. I know this is dumb. I'm leaving these things behind, but the idea is you don't want to leave yourself open, which I have not been descanning. There's 5.3 mil. Good. One more. 67. Okay, unlock. So I got the 3 most expensive ones here. Now I'm taking a little bit more time than I normally would, just because I'm talking. But now I'll just do these 3. Keep an eye on local, descan it. Ooh, this is running slow because I'm making this video. Hate that. I've been doing so many of these sites lately while I wasn't filming. My rhythm is way off with this right now. You get to a rhythm, I've talked about this before, you get into a rhythm with, come on, there it is. Get into a rhythm with the decrypting, with your clicking and stuff like that. There we go. Descan it. Now, a lot of people hit descan all the time. I really should. Whenever I'm making this, and I normally do, when I'm making these videos and it slows down, I really have to try to focus on the actual decryption. Don't be mean. All right. Okay. I also, there is the rule of 6. I usually do that. But again, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Ooh, that's good. Need a chew. Anything there? No, okay. Aha! Good, good, good. There we go. Looted. Let's go back to this last one here. D-scan, nothing. Good. Good, good, good. It's a good day. Kill that one real quick. Aha! Okay. And now let's warp to a random planet and get cloaked up. So here's the second part. I did not clear out the rest of those groups. This will leave this relic site up. 2 bonuses to that. Now, for the next, I think, what is it, 30 minutes or so? Need to get away from this. This site will still be out there scannable by somebody else. That does 2 things. Number 1, it will slow down other explorers who are trying to get this stuff, so they'll take the time to scan that down and go for it. More importantly, if somebody comes into system and they scan the area and I'm decrypting something, and they see me and they're trying to if they don't have combat probes, if they're doing regular scanner probes, it will be less of a chance for them to scan me down as quickly because there's one more site for them to scan. So I like to leave these out as much as possible if there's junk in them. I don't open every box, and that's where the cargo scanner comes in really helpful. I only pick out the ones that are really worthwhile. Um, Places you wouldn't want to do this. If you're part of an alliance and you own an area, or you're part of a corporation and you own an area, and your friends might be booting in, or your corp mates, you want to kill those sites because you want them to respawn, and you don't want your friends to be wasting their time. So that's 2 things that why I leave those boxes open, not just to get past them, but also to save myself some time there, or save myself some being killed there. Okay, so let's get our, oh, I am cloaked up again. We need to get our probes out. Let's check out the rest here. So I was at 4. Let's get this up good. And that was that was a gas site there. So I was working on that one there. see what we got here. And I think that one I accidentally got lower because I did the relic site. So I should be able to do a 2 on this one as well. 2 AU. Wormhole, okay. Don't really need to worry about any wormholes right now. And back up here to 4. And down. I might have missed some of these, I'm not sure. Because I went after that relic site, which was, let's see how profitable that was. I didn't even check. So that was worth 11 million ISK. I'm cool with that. Why do I only have... Oh, okay. Gotcha. I was wondering where my probes were. So that's the bottom. Did I miss a few up here? Can't remember. Not so worried about it. Then we will go down to a 2.0 and rinse and repeat. Now I don't need to scan this one. I don't need to scan that one. Don't need to scan that one. Oh, what happened? Was I talking too much? You guys didn't tell me. Well, I always talk too much. All right. So. Okay. I must have not been paying attention there. Let's get it down to 2 again. Data site. Let's see what kind of data site this is. Come on. If it's a covert ops, that might be a little bit interesting. Okay, unsecure. Okay, so that is just a sleeper site or whatever there are. Okay, so Mr. Cosmic Anomaly, what are you? This would have been at a 2 AU. If you don't know, the unsecured frontiers are data sites, but they're protected. So unless you have a specific ship for that, probably not a good idea to go after them. So we got another wormhole there. Notice I can now go through each one of these at 2 and know that if I did this right, if I'm hoping I'm right with this, I can just go right down the line, and if I know it's something that I don't want, and just keep going along here. All right. That didn't work. What was it? UMJ? Well, maybe I was wrong with the whole like scan everything at the beginning. I did clear out some of them. Have to figure out if this is taking me longer than just scanning down each one individually. Now, why is this not coming up here? This is interesting. Maybe it was a new one that popped up after I started doing the other ones. I don't remember. Wow, that was way off. Okay. I'm okay with that. This might be that worm. That's the wormhole I came in by right there. I can guarantee it because there's no other anomalies. Well, never know. Maybe this one over here was it, but I don't think so. This is going to be a wormhole. It's going to be for the wormhole that I came in by. Yep, see how it got closer? So I don't need to scan that any farther. Cosmic signature MRZ. Let's bump this up to 4. We got 2 more down here to do. Okay. Ooh, so MRZ and MTE are both gas sites. Don't need to bother with those. How about you, Mr. HKC? We want a relic site. We want a relic site. Actually, I already scanned that down to it too. I might have to revert back to just doing one site at a time. Unless I've got like 3. So I've confused myself. I'm easily confused. I'm a big, dumb guy. I pick things up and I put them down. Data site. All right, fine. You're going to be another. Don't be fooled by some of these videos where they say you can make 100 million ISK an hour exploring. Then you'll watch a video and they'll show you that they got 100 million ISK on one site. They don't show the hours of scanning down sites that you don't get anything. Now, mostly if you go out to and just flying from system to system and going to wormhole to wormhole. Now, that doesn't mean that exploration is not fun. It is my favorite thing to do in Eve. Unsecured Frontier. Yep, see all these other sites here. And even sometimes I'll scan down one. I'm like, ooh, this one's going to be good. It took me a long time to scan it down. And then there'll just be junk in there, like maybe 2 million ISK or 4 million ISK worth of stuff. Last one, and then we go home. It's weird. I actually should root for being the last ones because I don't know when to stop talking. So, or laughing at myself. All right, where you at there? Come here. There we go. Nope. This at a point 2 AU. Another data site. Going to be an unsecured frontier. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the unsecured frontieredness of this data site. The only reason we want to scan down the data sites, unless you are a production person, is you're really looking for the oh shoot, I said it earlier. They're specialty sites. If it pops up here, I'll tell you, or I just rewind it. What do we got? Unsecured frontier. Nothing. We got nothing. Well, I just drug you along with me this whole way. I apologize for that. I did get to one relic site, so that's kind of cool. We're going to go ahead and warp back. Now, this was one thing I brought up before. This was brought up in the comment section probably about a year ago. I was warping to anomalies. And if you warp to, now if I had scanned this down fully, and I warp to the wormhole anomaly, I'd warp somewhere between 5 and 10K off the wormhole. But the fact that and then that takes me that little time to travel to the wormhole. The fact that I, and you get killed doing that. All I'm doing here is just double checking my D scan. By saving the wormhole, I can warp directly to it, and then I can enter the wormhole um, almost instantaneously, as long as I do it right. So I'm going to remember to do the one thing. I always do the drop down on the wormhole, and you don't want to do that. You want to, as you're bringing in here, highlight the wormhole, and then hit the enter wormhole button there. If you try to do the drop down here and you do it too early, it will hold up the window and then it won't let you go through, and then you'll have to close out the window and open it again, leaving yourself open to be killed. Alrighty, so that's about it for this one. I'll post this either later on tonight or tomorrow, and I'll put the date on there. But hope you guys are having a great day, and I'm gonna go get some work done. Fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however you want, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye bye.